Alrighty then. Hello everybody, and welcome to Shoot the Breeze, episode 74, a chill interview and a chill time all around for you and me. I am your host, HeavyDivider here, and alongside me today is he is pretty much a content creator, a streamer, as well as a nice chill individual overall, especially anytime you get a chance to hang out with him, or basically get a chance to talk with him. My guest for tonight is OmegaCowGames, but we're just going to call him Omega for short. Welcome on in.
Hello, hello. Welcome everyone.
Yeah.
It's good to see everyone.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. We got a lot of time to catch up on hand too, because it's been like almost 3 years since last time we saw each other in VR. You ever see?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of time on hand here.
Time.
Very long time. So, let's get started with the first question on hand. How the hell did we meet?
You know, that's a really good question. I like that. We met like during that one when I first started getting into that max recovery charity event. I don't know if it was your first time, but it was my first time I started doing charity streams or doing a charity event overall. And of course I met a lot of wonderful people, one of you being them. It was a blast, honestly, having such a wonderful community.
Mm-hmm.
Being in a wonderful community with a bunch of people doing our charity together, and of course meeting wonderful people that eventually become friends with.
Oh yeah, definitely. I will tell you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I was gonna tell you. Yeah, it was actually my first time too.
Definitely be.
So go ahead.
Oh, it was. That's nice. We share something in common at least.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, since then, I don't think we have like met at all overall. Just like I've seen you do your things, like streaming, doing your improvement, growing, and all that. As you are a content creator too.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen you here and there, Twitter, YouTube. So yeah, it's good to finally be back and having a chat with you and being here.
Yeah, it's always nice too, because I know from pretty much on-hand experience-wise or so, you're pretty much, besides just being chill in general, you're pretty much kind of like a very relaxed streamer, if not just content creator, just be able to talk with, just having a nice chill time, making every day feel like a very fun time for yourself, regardless of what it could be on hand, whether it be with your chat or just being able to just put anything out there that you enjoy for yourself, you know?
Exactly. That's what I like to do most. My goal is to share the joy that I can have during a day, so I can express it through stream, so other people can view me and then like they get the same joy that I am getting. But for me, it's kind of like different, vice versa. I'm streaming,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy streaming, and then people are watching me and then they enjoy me streaming, and it's kind of like that. It goes in a circle.
Yep.
I'm happy to stream for others, and they're happy that I'm streaming for them, you know? It goes around.
Yep.
People telling me they enjoy my streams, I enjoy doing the streams nonetheless, and I continue. And yeah, it's one of the things that I enjoy the most in my life so far.
Yeah, there you go. It's the best way to take it on hand here, and just being able to enjoy it no matter what. So, let me ask about your VR chat origins. What got you started playing VR chat?
Wow, that's very far back. I mean, I was a late user. I started playing on my Steam account at first, so this account that I'm right now in is just like an account that I made like half a year after I started playing, because I realized that I can have a VR chat account instead of my Steam account. So yeah, I went from having a Steam account to a VR chat account, and then wow, that was like close to 2017 or somewhere around middle of 2018 or late, somewhere around there.
I see.
I was a desktop user back then, so but then I became I switched to VR, and then I did all the charity stuff.
I was gonna say, how was the switch from basically going desktop to VR for the most part? Like, was it just kind of like a very big surprise on hand for you to be able to just feel like you're playing like 100% of the game, just be able to move around, just kind of like feel being able to do things that people in desktop couldn't do?
You know, I like that. First time I went into VR, I put something on my face that's completely different from having to look at a screen. Something that you put on your face and then you look around and like, wow, it's like I'm inside the game. And I was first like disoriented first few hours, but then I got used to it. But the controls still, I couldn't get used to it when I was moving around and all that.
I see.
And it was definitely like I think a lot of people can share the feeling, like the same kind of view. That first time is always the big step when you switch from desktop to VR.
No,
it gives you a whole nother world.
Yeah. Not only that, it's also you got to get used to being able to move around and just be able to see your hands or so. And also, it's like the big test. Out of curiosity, did you ever have to have that big test on hand when you get VR to see if you actually have phantom senses? Like, you know, that one person would be like, hold on a second, let me check something really quickly, and they try to poke you in the eye, like where your camera is?
Yeah, I had that, yeah, I did. I had a lot of friends that was like, oh, so now that you have VR, can we try something on you? And then I was like, try what? I was like, I was so wholesome back then. Like, I will say this, I'm gonna be honest. Throughout the time I've been playing VR shot, I have lost my wholesomeness, and it's not shameless, but I will say this: I'm keeping my like bubble at least. I don't wanna like go too far, you know.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Yeah, perfectly fine on hand for it. So, let me ask about your hobbies on hand besides this game in general. Now, I know for a fact every single time I've ever raided you on hand, you've been playing Final Fantasy XIV online at the times I catch you here and there. Other times, I believe you were playing... What was one game you were playing? Oh, I feel like you played like another multiplayer game out there on hand. But for right now, what I put down is pretty much... lately, you've been playing like Monster Hunter Rise, as well as Borderlands 3. But besides those kind of games or so, what are your hobbies outside of like gaming in general? Or... if you have any...
outside of gaming in general, I would say cooking food. I love seeing like the vast culture, like the wide culture of food. You know how there's Indian food with a lot of spices, and then we have Mexican food with different spices and all that. I love making food in general. I've had so far only one cooking stream, but I'm looking forward to making more cooking streams.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it last time, and a lot of people enjoyed it, and I had a lot of chefs in my chat once that was judging me, and it was really funny. I have to be honest, it was one of the best streams I've ever had so far, and yeah, cooking has to be one of my favorite hobbies. Just the vast majority, like horizon of cultures of kind of food, like from east to west and all that. And yeah, other than that, I don't know if this is a hobby, but I love helping people.
No, that's not.
Helping
I mean, actually, I believe it might be a hobby just because it's more of a, you know, it's a courteous thing to do, you know?
Yeah, like from going from technology shit. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
For my language.
Brutal honesty, you're good, dude. You're all good.
Okay, from going from technology stuff to helping someone hold up a door, or like, let's say I give some change to someone that is in like a little bit low with their currency when they're out shopping, like let's say groceries and all that. I'm like, I got you for the rest. And then like all that stuff, I just love helping people whenever I can.
Nah, I feel you.
And I want to say on top of that though, I love making friends as well, because friends, they're. I will say this: I cannot say that I'm self-sufficient. I have been helped once by friends, or many more than once, many times more than once, and I just feel like it's like a payback. Like I pay back by helping others because my friends have helped me. So that's why I love making friends as well.
No, I feel you. I feel you that, especially, like I understand that relation on hand because of the fact that when your friends are like in trouble or so, you do your best to help them out anyway. And you're always gonna have those friends that be like, oh, I'm gonna help you back when I get a chance here or so. And it's kind of like you expect they're gonna do it on hand too, but it's also one of those things where it's like you don't have to help me out at any point or so. Like I appreciate being friends with you. That's all I needed. So.
Exactly.
But I feel you on hand. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's very similar to how Mystic Cyan does things or so. Like, he's a social worker, but he loves to be able to help people who are in dire need. So, which pretty much leads to the whole,
Very beautiful, man.
Yep, very, very beautiful, which led to the whole max recovery and then so on and so forth as the future keeps going.
Exactly.
So, let me ask you this.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely amazing. Especially when being able to help people out and just being able to be there for them, especially when they feel like there's nobody there for them at all.
Yes, I really like the fact that he started the Max Recovery. If you haven't heard of Max Recovery, you should really check it out. It's one of the best communities out there that help people or kids, anyone that are in need of help when during charity events.
Mm-hmm.
You should definitely go check it out. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And like he and his team that hosts Max Recovery with all of the streamers that help out with them. They do such a wonderful work of bringing all this wonderful joy to people that are in need. It really does. It's wonderful.
It is. It is really definitely wonderful. Definitely wonderful on hand too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question. What was the game that basically was your introduction into gaming in general, or so, like when you were growing up, or so?
Okay, I will say this. This is gonna sound funny, but I started with Facebook games because my family they were like back in the days they had these box computers. You remember that?
Yeah. I already remember it.
I tried playing on my mom's computer. She had Sims only, but I didn't play that much Sims, but I wasn't allowed. And then when I started seeing my father playing a game called Cafe World on Facebook, I really enjoyed it. It's what got me into like these current days tycoon kind of games. Some games that have tycoons and all that. But yeah, I started with Cafe World on Facebook, and since then I kind of went on. Got some friends during low grades or like up above kindergarten. What's it called? Like from, going up to high school.
I think it's like central.
What's that called again?
I want to say elementary, as best. I want to say it's elementary.
It could be elementary then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made some friends during that time, and once we got a bit more acquainted, me and my friends, I went and visited their house, met their families. They had all these consoles. I was like, what are these? And my friend, he had a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I tried some games like Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront and all that, from Halo and all that. It was really fun. And then I went to my mother and I said, Mom, can I have an Xbox? Because like I wanted to have something that my friend didn't have. And then I got my grandma already owned an Xbox from like an inheritance. Like I think it was her brother that had the Xbox, but then I got it.
I got you.
I got to inherit it. So it's still at my grandma's place. It's like the first Xbox, It's not Xbox One. It's
It,
the
it,
first.
it was yeah, it was like the yep, I remember. It was yeah, that's actually been a while since I ever thought about that. But yeah, it's pretty much the old like Xbox, just like black with like the green X on top of it. Yeah, I remember.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I got Spider-Man and the Star Wars Battlefront and all those kind of games that I saw my friends game. And by the way, I didn't play Halo on his PlayStation. I was at another friend's, played Xbox Halo.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what got me into gaming. Cafe World on Facebook. Could you believe it?
I mean, hey, everybody's got a different origin story on how it starts, anyways. So hey, no matter what, it's still gaming. Be it from like console to PC to just like mobile, it doesn't matter where it is. It all starts somewhere. So, but
yeah.
let me talk about the VR chat scene with you. Now I know you haven't been on VR chat in a while on hand here, but from your personal experience when it comes to VR chat in general, or so, from where we are right now, or how you've experienced it, what is your current opinion about VR chat?
My current VR chat opinion of VR chat, I would say, throughout the times I've been playing VR chat, I've met wonderful people. I will tell you this: VR chat is a fantastic program, app, game, whatever you call it, social platform. It really stands up for its name, VR chat. Like you're going out and chatting in VR. And once I got into VR, it changed how I interact with people, because there's more expression. Like I have hand movement and all that, you know. You know how when you're in a conversation, you use your hands a lot. There's motion and all. There's more to express. And then, yeah, I will say this: throughout the years, I've seen both the tops of VR chats and the lows. So I've been everywhere. I haven't been on VR chat as much as I was before, but I have been doing the majority of VR chats uphill.
I see.
Because nowadays there isn't much activity as it was before, because VR chat like blew up during the age between 20 to like 2020 to 2018, like those two timelines.
Yep.
But 18 to 2020. So those two timelines. That basically that was the big hit for VR chat. I'm not saying VR chat is dead. I'm just saying that there was a lot of activity during that time. And yeah, basically, like what got me into like it's just such a rejuvenating feeling to be in VR chat, and having to have met all of these wonderful people. Some have, you know how through life you can't have you're not gonna have as many friends as you had during kindergarten, you know. Like you make all of these friends in kindergarten, but you eventually go to another school that they are not going to. So like you kind of lose contact with some people, but I'm not worried about that. I'm worried is that I hope they have a wonderful life. Eventually I'll meet them, but if not, I just wish them the best.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a person that will say, oh no, I lost a friend. I'm saying this. Hope they will have a wonderful one, because there's everyone has their own kind of pathway they need to focus on, and my aim is to move forward.
No, that's fair. That's fair on hand. Plus, it's kind of hard to be there for everybody on hand when you've got your own things you need to take care of. So, well, like, it's understandable.
Right.
Understandable for the most part. So, let me ask you this question about a certain team named Team Aura. Now, understand, I only know about this team through White Messer, and I didn't know too much about it. I knew that basically Thambriel was leading the whole thing. As far as like people I ever knew from it, it was basically Thambriel, White Messer, and you. But for the most part, how did that whole team start? Like, what was its origins with it?
So, the thing is, before Team Aura started, we had been through two groups, like two group names. First, it started with Diversion, and it was just like bunch of content creators in one place. There was no no professionalism or anything. It's just a bunch of funs together and all that. No profession at all. So we set up hosting games together and like hosting all of this stuff. And then we moved on to something called Team Connected. And after that, Team Connected wasn't a big hit for everyone. It didn't make it long. So nothing happened to Team Connected. We kind of just said stop to it. And then after that, we like 1 year and a half afterwards, Team Ara started. Samuel and a few of his friends, they started up a team group called Team Ara, as you see, as it been heard of.
Yep.
Team arguably really amazing, as it's called, and they started as a small little group first, and then they started inviting people they knew, like they knew that was content creators and all that. That would make a good like a good picture of them. Like we make a good deal or a good team together, you know. That kind of, it's a good connection, you know.
Yep.
You would rather stay in a group of people you know than people that are strangers, right?
Right.
Because you have better connection with friends and all that. So yeah, basically, we started with Team Ara. We got into it. We got more people that came in. Some people that dropped out. They wanted to more focus on their own self as a priority.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually pretty nice. We had a sponsor deal once, and yeah, there was some stuff that we got together. We did a lot of events together. We had a podcast and all that. But eventually, we all thought like we need to fix up on ourselves. It's like Samuel, he wanted to focus on prioritize himself more. Like he felt like it was being a bit too much on him because he was the leader.
Pressure of it.
So he wanted to prioritize himself. Yeah, the pressure. He felt, I don't know, he felt very pressurized of it. And we all respected his decision, and we kind of just said, you know what, we can ease it off.
Yeah.
We can just say Team Ara has its final days today, and that's it. So now we're all just focusing on our own projects and our own like hobbies and all that.
I got you.
Careers. So yeah.
I got you, man. I will ask you too, especially with it being like a stream team of its own, or just basically being a team in general. What is it like to actually be part of that? Like, especially being able to, for how it's formed and how it's organized, and just being able to be, you know, just part of it in general.
I would say this: being in a stream team was a new feel, because you had people constantly like making up plans, and you're like, wow, should I join that? I'm gonna join that. And then like instantly, boom, already a group and playing, ready to stream together. And then again, another plan is up. Well, okay, click, another plan already made. And then boom, I set up a group. We made like it's a way of making it easier to
collab,
connect with each other, or collab. Much easier way of collabing. Some people saw it as a prioritization, like you prioritize to stream with these people. No, it really wasn't. It was just easier. They said, like, most of the people in the team said, oh yeah, just step on my toes, to, you know, don't be shy and all that. You know, we kind of used the step on the toes deal a lot.
I see.
Because some people were like, what if I get let down? Right? And like, don't be shy, just go ask.
It's pretty much just kind of like, you know, grab him by the wrist and say, hey, come with me.
Exactly. You never know until you've asked or tried, you know. So, yeah. So, yeah, it got to me, like, don't be shy and just ask. And I've had that in my head ever since.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's been a really good lesson.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's definitely a lesson I got to work on too. Well, I mean, understand too that when it comes to like, especially when it comes to streamers in general, it makes it like this weird, like they put like this kind of pressure on themselves to be wondering if I reach out to this individual on hand, because the worst thing that can ever happen to you is they say no, I'm busy, or just be like maybe another time or so. But in their mind, it feels like it's the hardest hurdle to get over to be able to talk to somebody and just say, hey, can I interest you in this on hand? And if they ask questions, hey, you just be able to talk about it with them. So it's hard. It's just kind of like a pressure thing, but usually you got to get over that pressure or anxiety of it just to be able to try some brand new things or be able to meet a brand new person or have a brand new friend. So
Yeah, exactly.
so, but let me ask you this now: how long have you been a streamer, if I can ask?
I would say 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
I start I started streaming on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved on from I used PlayStation Live back then, so I streamed through PlayStation, and since then, like I started my streaming career on the PlayStation, and then I moved over to PC. I got myself a PC, a pre-built, and then I went over to streaming on YouTube on PC, and I went on with that. And then I heard about Twitch. I was like, wow, I want to try Twitch. So once I did stream a while for YouTube, I made a Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Got a bunch of friends to join. They all were interested to know about my move to Twitch. And then ever since then, I started to stream on Twitch. And I'd say I've been on Twitch for 2 years.
2 years. Okay. So the reason I asked that question is because from your first time being a streamer, first stream on hand to where we are now, what is your experience as being a streamer? Could be a content creator. What is it like overall?
Well, I've really noticed that if I was never like this, what's the word? If I didn't have the courage enough to talk to other people that I don't know online, I would have never been where I am right now. I built up a lot of courage throughout like talking. Like first of all, I started streaming as a mute. I didn't talk much because I was afraid people were gonna judge my English, but I learned speaking English better and better and better day by day. Like I started playing online, talking live through my in-game mic with people that I played with. I learned like how to phrase stuff and all that. And then once I got to the high school, I really enjoyed speaking English, and my teacher noticed that I was exceptionally good at English. Yet I was just like, I wasn't that like I haven't gone in English class for a long time. I said, yeah, I learned it online. She was like, wow, that's really good. And like we built up a connection, me and my teacher, English teacher. She really enjoyed speaking English to me because I think she was born in the UK. And then she moved. No, wait, she was born in US, moved to UK, and then to Sweden, and became an English teacher.
I see.
So yeah, starting my streaming career. First mute on PlayStation. Then I went over to PC. I started speaking a little bit here and there. I wasn't that shy. I was too shy to say anything to anyone. And then I built up the courage of myself, motivation, like you gotta start speaking here and there. You gotta start speaking to the people. And then I finally got to it. First year, I started streaming on YouTube on my PC. I started speaking, and then I moved over to Twitch. Streamed there for half a year, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna decide to get a webcam. And I was like, are people really this like? Would they be interested? Oh,
Nah, you're good.
apologies.
No,
Would
you're
people
good.
be would people be interested in me getting a microphone or no, getting a webcam? And then a lot of people said, yes, get one. We want to see you. And then I did, and then I saw like everything changed because now my face is on the internet. Like this is a huge deal compared to not being seen online. And then ever since then I've done many kind of people really enjoy watching me on on stream. They love how expressive reactions I give, how funny reactions I give, how I just walk around my room sometimes. Like I do the dumbest stuff on stream, but it's so funny because I'm just being me after all. I'm a very crazy, energetic, but very like I can be crazy energetic to chill and relaxing. So yeah, so it's little here and there, depending on what I'm doing on stream.
Yep.
So yeah.
Depending on what you're playing too, as well as just, the interactions you have with your chatter. So it's pretty much will be like, the torch that just kind of like lights the fire for you to be able to be in that mode. And then there'll be those times where it's just like, I just want to lay back a little bit here and just kind of like take all this in.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just sit back and relax. You chat, sit back and relax as well. And then I make sure everybody gets a drink, just relax together. And sometimes it's like panic and all that, scream, like all these tactical call outs and all that, all FPS games. It's like, if you compare it, sometimes it can be 100, sometimes it can be 0. Like it's like, it can vary.
Yeah, it can definitely vary. Definitely vary on hand here. So, let me ask you a personal question here. Now, for all the things you've been through, from, being able to learn English and just, like, be able to perfect it on hand, to being able to start, from PlayStation all the way to PC and be able to, do what you enjoy the most. The question I want to ask you is, what is the motivation that keeps you going? Like, what inspires you, what motivates you to do the things you enjoy doing?
My motivation, there's a lot of roots to where my motivation is right now. I've been through hell and heaven. Like have had my really good times, I've had my really bad times. So I've been everywhere when it comes to being like hurt emotionally to being in such a spiritually emotion. It's like from having good days to bad days within a few hours. I've been like, it's all that kind of stuff. And I told myself, eventually I told myself, after I got a bit older, I said, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing something in my life. And then I said to myself in the mirror, all I'm missing is you. And I pointed at myself at the mirror. I need you. And then, like, was me pointing at myself. I needed myself to realize what I'm doing. Realize and aim for something. I've been up and down, and I have just such a emotional life sometimes. But what brings me up is the fact that I get to spread my positivity with many other people. I keep getting messages by people saying thank you, like just a simple thank you and all that. You made my day and all that stuff. It helps me. It motivates me. Like I'm doing a good job of helping people smile, those who are in need of a little bit of happiness or just to laugh once or twice. I'm I'm here to inspire joy, happiness.
Mm.
It's one of the things that I'm really good at, making people have a better day than what they had.
Right.
Some people have come into my chat like, oh, my day's been meh, to be honest. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna get better for sure. And then like they say, we talk on stream, like we have chats together. I love to have conversations with my viewers on my chat, and we uh, we we get acquainted. We get talking. We get to talk a lot, and then we like, you know what? It's been good. It's been really good. How are you feeling now? They said, you know what? It actually helped. It actually helped. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that is, I will say, on hand, especially from what you describe it on hand for the most part, it's definitely is inspiring. Just to be able to, enjoy what you're doing, but at the same time knowing that you're doing what you can to help people by just being yourself.
Exactly.
Being yourself on hand. So, let me ask you, I got a couple different topics on hand here I was going to ask you. Originally, we talked about the VR chat saying, current opinion and everything, but let's talk about the VR chat current present. Now, from the first time you played VR chat to where we are here now, what are some of the things you are glad that have been changed over the course of time within the game in general, compared to some of the things you wish have not changed at all over that time?
You know, I back then there wasn't a lot of security. It's just log in with your email or name and then password.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can actually have a little bit more security, which is like two verification and all that. So you feel a little bit more secured with your account, because a lot of times back then a lot of people wanted to get access to other people's accounts and just take over other people's careers.
Yeah.
And back then there wasn't as many like crashers as it is nowadays. But you don't really notice a lot of crashers. It's just some crashers are targeting like big streamers or YouTubers and all that. So they're just party poopers in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really like to see other people have fun. They just want to ruin it for them. But yeah, other than that, I would say having seen VR chat grow into this new, like, better generation, like, it's not better, it's just better in a technological way. Like, there's better cameras compared to then,
Mm-hmm.
better HUDs, better and all that. Like, just a little bit more optimized than it was before. Before it wasn't. It was optimized. It was just not as much quality as it was before. Quality of life.
Yeah.
As now. So yeah, I'm enjoying the upgrade or the progress of evolution for VR chat, in my opinion.
That's good.
Some people may disagree, like, oh, the performance is bad, but that's because of the quality. If you want the game to be better, it's gotta go. One of them is gonna go up and down. It's gonna go up and down, both of them. So if they increase the quality, the performance is gonna go down. But eventually, it's gonna stay at that level, and then performance is gonna take over. It's that kind of stuff.
No, I see.
So it's all just time consuming. It's gonna take some time, but eventually VR chat will come to a state where it's gonna be good. It's gonna I can probably predict that VR chat is probably gonna shoot up again around 2022 or 2023. Either of these 2 years, I think it's gonna go skyrocketing.
Well, hopefully if it does go skyrocketing, it might be based on anything technological purpose on hand, especially with what can garnish like different interests for like different kind of like different newcomers coming in or people who never actually experienced VR chat in general. Like it all depends because keep in mind technology is a constant growing thing. Like
Exactly.
it'll be so advanced on hand, it'll be so ridiculous, dude. Like whatever your wildest dreams will be, it'll probably be like it'll happen. Definitely happen.
I would say this. Now with this current theme of metaverse starting up, I see metaverse as being a professional VR chat. Basically, you go there as a organization, or you talk there with companies and all that, because it's more professional. It's because it's using up what Facebook started with, and then like it's being funded by Facebook's fund. So basically, VR chat and metaverse is the same thing, but one is for more professionalism, and the other one is for more freedom. Like you can be an anime boy, anime girl, anime cat, dog, whatever you want in VR chat. But in metaverse, it's gonna be a whole different story, because it's gonna be more professionalized towards companies and organization and all that. You can go in there in VR, talk to your manager, or have an interview with a new upcoming job that you're gonna start with and all that. I feel like it's gonna be like a lot of people are gonna pay attention to VR as soon as metaverse pops off, and then people are gonna see VR chat and like, wow, VR chat actually is going. I'm gonna try it out. Like, there's gonna be a lot of mixed feelings between metaverse and VR chat. So I think there's gonna be a lot of people coming from metaverse to VR chat, and people from VR chat to metaverse, and like back and forth.
No, I feel you.
And then eventually, I think like both of them are just gonna skyrocket.
It's going to be like a weird competition thing. Because, here's the funny thing, too, especially when it comes to business. When you have two rival companies on here, even if they're not rivals and they're doing their own two different things, they're both going to be trying to, like, try to outclass each other with the smallest things on hand. Like, example, Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
You ever notice how basically Facebook would take something from Twitter and Twitter would take something from Facebook? Basically.
Exactly, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, they would try to basically outclass each other, and because of that, when competition, it causes things to skyrocket, basically elevating both of them out. And
a lot of attention gets to it.
Yeah, it'll go to both. So it would come down to like, not like class warfare, like, this side, but it's more along the lines of pushing each other to be more creative with what they want to do. And just do something more than what they're doing, that make them not be relaxed with what they got. So, let me ask you this. Is there anything you are looking forward towards in the future that you got planned, or anything you are excited to do?
Well, that's a good question. Sorry, I was just taking a sip of water.
No, go right ahead. You're all good.
Any plans I have for the future? My goal is to expand my horizon. So basically, I want to expand like social media, growing a big community that focuses. I want to have a community that focuses on doing what I do, spreading positivity. I want to inspire people to be able to inspire others, doing the things I do, but in their own way. Giving people motivation to never give up. I want to help people that are in need of help, and it's just my biggest goal is to hopefully grow my grow my career to a point where I'm gonna be able to help a mass amount of people in need. There's a lot of content creators out there, like I could say Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Markiplier and all that. They do what I want to do. I'm inspired by them.
I get you.
And I want to inspire others. Like, I want to become like them. They inspired me, and I'm inspiring others. So I want to do the same. I want to inspire others to inspire more. Like a chain reaction.
Yep.
That's my biggest goal.
No, I believe you on it. Like, I could tell from the way you're talking character-wise or so, you definitely have that. You definitely are inspired, and you're definitely carrying, what you truly believe through on hand here and there. It shows. I hear it, and I can see it. So, And I'm looking forward towards to see wherever it goes on hand, and hopefully I'll be there to watch it as it keeps going. That's the thing. So,
For sure, for sure.
let me ask you this. Now, this is the curveball question, and I say curveball question because everybody's got a different thing, a different answer to this, no matter what it is. But let's talk anime.
Let's talk anime.
Let's
Of
talk anime.
course. I love anime.
Yes, there's a 3-part question to this. So, first part, when I say the word anime, what's the first series or movie that comes to your mind when the word anime is mentioned?
First anime. That has to be either Dragon Ball or One Piece.
Ah, gotcha. Dragon Ball is a classic. One Piece is also a classic in its own right, or so. I'm actually still surprised One Piece is still going.
Exactly same.
I mean, you got so many ideas on
I'm still
hand.
surprised. I haven't finished it because I still have a lot of animes on hold. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Funny part. I haven't. There's most animes I haven't finished yet, but I want to finish them. Looking forward to that.
No, I feel you. I definitely feel you on hand. Second part, I will say the second part to this topic on hand being if you had a top 3 or top 5 anime series or movie, doesn't have to be in any order, what would that be?
Now this question is, what genre am I allowed to say? Of course, I'm not gonna say like 18 plus. You know, that's
That-
out of my book, in my opinion.
That's on
It's
you.
not my top threes. I have top threes.
Okay, that's fine.
I would say my top three genres is fantasy,
Mhm.
action, and adventurous animes. Magic, like fantasy is magic and all that, but adventuring, you know. Let's say fantasy and adventure, as in I put all my levels in defense, and that's a good anime.
I got you.
It's like a anime about a girl that tried getting into a VR game, and all she did was put her like attribute points in defense. It's a really fun anime, in my opinion. I enjoyed that one.
I got you.
And then Shield Hero, that was a good one as well.
That's a
I like that one.
classic. That's a classic. In its own right, it's a good classic.
Exactly. Seven Deadly Sins, I still need to finish that. I love that one. Such a wonderful character development between all of the characters. Really good story as well.
Mhm.
And then, of course, I love making food, so I have to watch Food Wars.
I've heard good things about that. I need
Very-
to sit down and watch it.
It's very interesting, I will say that. It's funny in a way of it's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's funny in its weirdness. But eventually you get over it, and then you learn a lot. I learned a lot about cooking food. It helped me a lot with my cooking, for sure.
Don't you find it interesting that when it comes to different anime on hand, like no matter what, it's always got an interesting life lesson or certain things you didn't even know about that you can easily apply to yourself? Like certain like teaching lessons. Like for example, with Food Wars, there's things about you didn't know about it on hand, and it definitely teaches you something.
Exactly. I like that with animes. They give you life lessons. Some that are life lasting, and some that may last like a few years and all that. But
Mhm.
I really love that.
Yeah. It definitely helps. Definitely helps, and just being able to
Yeah.
like improve you, you know, as a character, no matter what it be on hand. So actually, I forgot. My last question to that topic on hand, being anime, is what is the anime series or movie that hits you close to home? Like when you watch that, you relate to it on a personal, if not emotional level.
When it comes to anime, does it have to be 2D or can it be 3D as well?
It could be either or.
Like let's say Disney, a Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an anime? It is animated, but it's not. Is it anime?
Um, I would say if you want to, it can also be like I say, it could be either or. So whatever is personal for you is the most important thing.
Alright. Um, that's a good question. Haven't there's Wow, that's a really good question. I'm trying to think of
No,
all of the animes that I've seen so far.
that's all good.
Mm, mm, mm. I think. What was the name of that one? Oh, I haven't personally been involved with it, but like just the whole learning experience of it. I forgot the name of it, but there was like there was a guy that was working with androids. It is
Andrews.
no,
Okay.
no.
Oh,
Oops.
oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Like
I can't really give a proper answer to that question.
No, it's perfectly
That's
fine.
a really good one.
It's perfectly fine. I mean, like I said, at best, it'll probably come to you when you least expect it on him. But just know, there's a lot of things out there that can basically make you relate to it, especially from something you might have personally experienced in your life. If not, you feel just a strong sense of emotion from it. There's just a lot of things out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Someone just said. I was gonna say. Someone named Napalm just said Wally.
Wally.
I don't know if that's what you were looking for on hand. Actually, I think it might be in something different. But yeah, no, that's a Pixar movie. They were mentioning on their side. So
Yeah, yeah. It's the little robot, yeah.
yeah, the little robot.
The robot with the
Yep.
box.
Yeah, on an abandoned
Yeah.
planet that has like nothing but trash and everything, and it just makes use of what they got just to, make use of their survivability on hand, or just being able to like, go about the day in a productive way. So.
Yeah, I mean, that was not a bad one. Honestly, I can see some stuff in that actually be somewhat related. As in, if I have nothing else to do, like let's say Wally, he's all alone on a deserted planet.
Yep.
Like let's say if I have nothing to do, I can make something out of nothing. Like Wally does something out of nothing, just rubble. So basically, yeah, I would say Wally is not a bad pick.
If you think about it, it's also the definition of improv. Basically, taking what you got and making the best of it, no matter what it is on hand.
Exactly.
Even if you don't have like two, say, computer monitors on hand, you can at least basically have one computer monitor and just like rig up a TV and use that as your second monitor. Make use of what you got.
Improve, adapt, overcome, like the military people say.
Indeed. That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. So, this is getting me down to my last question. I'm going to take this camera, I'm going to move it right over to you on hand here. And let me see if I can just line it up correctly here for you. There we go. Actually, I'm trying to get it lined up. There we go. So that way you're in the perfect shot here. So, my question for you is this. What are your goals and dreams? And at best, what is the best advice you can ever give to anybody? I'm going to let you have center stage for this.
Okay. So, my main goal in my life is to become my own star. Become the shining star that makes me smile and makes others smile. And then once I release like the star fumes, star particles, inspiration, make others people smile, build their own motivation and courage, start doing their own things, start building their own path, growing, getting motivated to do their own kind of career stuff. I will say this. My lifelong quote I've stuck with a long time now is the best relationship is the relationship you have with yourself before you have a relationship with others. Like a friendship. You want to take care of yourself make yourself happy, because you are the only one that can make yourself happy, and you know it. You just have to look at it. You need to look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have done it, once you found out your own success in your own career, you can advance on that, improvise if you want to. You can make yourself impressed of what you can do. Become a better you, become your own shining star. Then shine brighter and brighter the further you continue.
No, true words there. True words on hand there. And I will say on hand too, especially for what it has been proven, especially for everybody here on hand, and I will say this too, is the fact that your inspiration and your happiness of what you enjoy to do has inspired people to come along with you because they want to see your story and see where you want to head off to. And I know this on hand. It's because the people in my chat here, they're here for you. They believe in what you believe in. And I can tell you right now, wherever you go or so, just know they're right behind you every step of the way. And no matter how far you go, and no matter how much you shine as bright as you can be on hand, they want to be there to watch it. And just see wherever that star will shoot off. I can tell you on hand here, like I mentioned on hand, you have the character, you carry yourself well, and you carry your beliefs well. I see it. And I know for a fact you're going to do well. You're definitely going to do well.
I appreciate it.
Yep, just keep being you. Because there's nobody else in the world you can ever be but yourself.
That's
yourself. So, before we call the interview on hand here, I want to ask everybody in chat, does anybody have any questions for OmegaCow here? Any questions you would like to ask him that you would be wondering on hand to ask? So, while everybody's coming up with questions, I do want to ask you this. Your name, OmegaCow, where did it come from?
How's it is? A lot of people have asked me the same, and my origin to my name is I started with having a Rex in my name, T-Rex. I loved T-Rex. I still love T-Rexes. They're amazing creatures that have been living on the same planet as us.
I see.
But yeah, I started with Rex, and I built it.
Oh, 1 second. Wait, give me one.
Rexion.
Oh, there we go. You just lagged a little bit there. You're good now. You're good now. It was just a small lag. You okay?
Yeah, my VR shot has kind of frozen. Yeah. Do you see me moving?
Yeah, I see you moving. Are you able to see anything?
Okay. Yeah, it kind of froze for me right now, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No worries.
Okay. All right, make sure.
But yeah. Ignore that. But yeah, I'll say this. My origin to my name is definitely from throughout my life where I have grown up. It went from Rexion to Rexas, and then I went over, and once I started college, I went with IT and all that. I learned bunch of different symbols. I learned different like I went in to explore the vast majority of mythologies and all that. I found Greek mythology. I really enjoyed the Alpha symbol and the Omega symbol. And I was like, you know what? I want to have the Omega symbol in my name. So I chose that, and then I became Omega, and then I saw, like, I don't know why I chose cow, but I was like, it's so original to have, like, I see so many cat girls, fox girls and all that. I want to be unique. I haven't seen many cow girls or cowboys, bulls or anything. I could have chosen bull, but I chose cow because I wanted to have a female kind of character.
Ah, gotcha.
So I chose Omega Cow.
No.
And I'm not like looking back to it and be like, I wish I chose something else. I'm actually happy that I chose that.
There you go. There you go, on hand. There you go. I understand that. Like, put it this way, my name, HeavyDivider, originally came from middle school. Like, when I used to... Like, understand, I have a fascination with planets on hand, like tectonics, Earth science in general. So my name came from basically just dividing a planet up here and there. So, HeavyDivider. Music by Nito just says Rex as a Killer's Pro. Rex as Killer Pro, is that what it was? I believe?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was it.
Yeah, Rex or Killer's Pro. I got you. On hand. And also, Cool One Nate has a question for you. Basically, this is a regular question I usually ask everybody here on hand for the Shoot the Breeze. That being, if there's any game out there that you give the title of greatest game in the world to, what would it be and why?
I would say the game of the year for me, or the greatest game that I've ever played, has to be Borderlands 2. It's been there for me throughout childhood to until now, and still the Borderlands title is really good in my opinion. I will say this though, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 has to be my favorite FPS game.
I got you.
Favorite open world game is Borderlands 2. But FPS games has to be Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. They really hit my childhood a lot.
I feel you. I will actually test to say that Borderlands 2 is a really, really good game on hand, especially with how open world it is. You just having fun with multiplayer. It's really nice. Really nice altogether. So,
Exactly.
I'm just checking to see if there's anybody else had any questions on hand for them to be able to share with you. I do have one more question while I'm waiting for anybody else here to share. That being, so Final Fantasy XIV, what got you playing that game entirely?
So I first started on trial, like 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I started as a trial user on Steam, and like I start before I started that. Oh.
Mm-hmm. No, you're good.
Before I started playing Final Fantasy, I was a Terra and Black Desert Online user. So I started playing Terra and Black Desert Online. Played Terra not that a lot, but Black Desert Online I played a lot. Like I put a lot of time into Black Desert Online. But then I grew out of MMO games, and I then found Final Fantasy after a while that I haven't played MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into Final Fantasy, and just a free trial really got me into it. And I don't know what happened, but I stopped playing MMOs in general. Mm-hmm. So I started playing MMOs after like a year, and then after that, like 2020 January, I started playing Final Fantasy, and a lot of Final Fantasy. So yeah, I got myself a real standard edition, or whatever edition it was, with Shadowbringers and all of the other DLCs. And then once Endwalker came out, I got Endwalker, and the whole story about Final Fantasy really, it's really been a blast. I've shed so many tears, emotional tears and all that. It's been fantastic. The story is so rich, and I love it.
No, I feel you. I still need to get back into Final Fantasy XIV when I have time. Unfortunately, it's basically you got to make time just to be able to do stuff, especially in Final Fantasy XIV. So.
Yeah, it's time. It takes a lot of time with the story if you want to get through that.
Yeah, I know for a fact I got through the main story. I was just in my way towards Heaven's Word on hand. I just need to just get time to be able to come back to it. The only reason I stopped is because I didn't have time to be able to get back into editing as well as stuff that I normally do outside of, like, streams in general. So, but maybe in time I might be able to get a chance to do it. But
yeah.
I don't see any more questions I have here for you to be able to share to you from chat in general. So I will say on hand. I'll say on hand for here. That will be episode 74 of Shoot the Breeze.